I know there was a lot of anger coming from me about the consumerism problem that we have going on. I more so am just trying to get out to the world that there is so much waste. And yes, it's so much fun watching these dumpster videos and seeing people climbing the dumpsters and, you know, seeing their hauls. It's great. Like, it's awesome. It's super cool to watch. However, on the reality side, it's like, wait a minute, like, there's that much in the dumpster. Mm-hmm. And you've got very few people who are going in the dumpster to retrieve it. So that means the amount of waste is well surpassing the amount that's coming out. Yeah. So give that a little bit of thought. Let me know what you think. All right. Welcome back, Trashies, to Trash Monsters with your host, Julia and
Brandon.
And today we have a fun video. We had a couple days worth of trash finds in the dumpster, and hope you guys enjoy.
Yes.
All right, so first up on the list, we went to a very high-end neighborhood, I guess you could say. Their dumpsters were pretty full, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Very full. It's only a week or so after Christmas?
Yep.
So, or a week or two after Christmas. So that people are still throwing out a lot of Christmas stuff. We went behind one store. I actually have zero idea what store it was. Maybe it was like an office supply store, mm-hmm. or like a car. Maybe it was like a car sales place. It was something weird. It was like not like a typical retail store.
I just don't know what you're talking about.
Where we got the plants.
Oh. Yeah, I forget. What was that?
I don't know. But anyway, we'll show you what we got. It was very
we'll
random.
Off with these. We have.
It's like an unboxing videos, undumpstering videos.
A beautiful poinsettia.
Beautiful poinsettia. And you'll see in the video, I'll link it or I'll put it in this. I saw this and I was like, oh my god, we have to have that. I thought it was real. It's actually fake, so I can use it next year. And then another one. Brandon gleefully dove into the dumpster.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Which I don't think you should do that again, but
I'm gonna do it every time. And another one.
Another one. We got 3. So we have 3 beautiful poinsettias just from one dumpster.
Yep.
We literally looked into it. There was a couple over there, but we looked into the one and I saw the poinsettia.
And a lot of them were so full, like we couldn't even get into.
Yeah, they were so full, and this was like the last couple days too.
Yeah. Like
just very full dumpsters that couldn't even get into. Right, so those are our poinsettias. I'll put these. And then the next store we went to was a craft store. Pretty popular craft store. I like to go there to get fabrics. They actually had some fabric in the trash that I have currently at home. And they had the best. I think we had the best haul from them.
Yes.
Right? So, do you want to start off? Because he has the best stuff. Or you want me to start?
Oh, I can start. That's this?
He'll start, yeah. This was my favorite find, and
so,
you've seen the video.
I was excited for this one. We got this wreath storage.
Wreath storage.
The wreath did not come with it.
The wreath did not. This is my Dia de los Muertos wreath, and it's my favorite. Brandon got it for me around Dia Day, and we've been looking for a wreath holder for it. Have not been able to find one, and then
just there it is.
Randomly, I jump in.
Julia goes, "You can't believe it.
You can't believe it!" And if you saw the video, you see how excited I am. The other thing too is
this.
No. The wreath thing. It's just crazy because it was the only one, and it was the first bag that I opened. You know, like there was nothing else in there. I almost didn't go in because I was like, like it didn't really look too much. And this is why you need to jump in and actually like go through the bags. And
because there was only like 2 bags in there, right? 2 or 3.
There was only a couple. There was not a lot. It was not that much. But that was a great find. And then I guess I'll do the next couple little ones here. There's this little warm and cozy kit. It has a sleep mask, lip balm, hot chocolate, hand lotion, fuzzy socks, and a mug cookie cutter. Mug hugging cookie cutter. I don't know exactly what that means. But you'll never guess how much this thing retailed for. $30. $30. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing. This isn't even ripped. It's just because it's a holiday item that they threw it away, which a lot of holiday items are throwing away. The other thing too is that wreath holder was $35.
Yeah.
$35. So $35, $30, $30. So we're at $65 right now, just in those two items, and it gets better. Then there's this little guy. It's just a little bell. Actually, I think there was a couple that it came with, but the other ones were broken. So now we just have a little handy dandy bell. Probably gonna put it up on our little shelf for some decoration. What else? Oh man. We have a small t-shirt. It has like a little bit of like, it looks like maybe some like stain, like ink stain on it, but I'll use it for some craft project. You know, the kids can practice, you know, with some crafting with it. Another thing. It doesn't have the store name on it, but it's a store apron that the workers use, and I guess they got a little ink on it. I'll use it though. I love crafting. I actually want to do some repurposing crafts with the items that we find through our dumpster diving. So I'll wear this beautiful, what is this, an apron?
Yeah.
Apron for my crafting videos. And you'll know where I got it. What else you got over there? You want to do the light?
Yeah. So, we found this box.
Yeah, this was wild. This was the biggest find. Don't show.
Well, they can see the light, so. Anyways, it says damaged return.
Yeah.
We don't know why, because the beautiful light is right here
It's perfect.
and works incredibly.
Perfect condition. Nothing wrong. No
There's
breaks.
not even a scratch on it. I mean, it's really incredible. So maybe someone bought it and returned it, and just because the box was open, or maybe the box was beat up a little bit, but the light's fine.
I think also too, like a lot of stores, they can't resell. Like they can't resell it because it's not in stock. You know, it's not like on their shelves. Like this Christmas stuff. This Christmas stuff is only up for 3 months, maybe 6 months. I know sometimes they put it out in summertime, but I think they don't have the inventory, so they wouldn't be selling it for at price anyway. So they probably just had it on, maybe they had it on the shelves for a while and they were like, this is not selling, it's gonna be gone. Another thing too I learned is that apparently sometimes the employees will put stuff that they want in the trash. Like they'll dumpster dive because they're not allowed to take stuff home. So they'll put stuff in the trash very nicely so that like if they want to go back later and get it. And now that I think about it, I kind of think this might have been one of those items because it was placed very nicely in there. It was like nicely on the side. It wasn't like if I throw something in the trash, I'm eating it. It's just going and it's going as far back as it can. Like if it survived after me throwing it into the trash, then it's a miracle because I'm not very gentle. So someone definitely probably had the hopes of going back for it, but
Beat them.
we beat them to it. So that's the name of the dumpster game. The other thing too is that light is $170.
Yes, it's a nice light.
$170 retail price. So now we're at what? 170. I'm not good at math. 170
60.
plus 60.
210.
Yeah. So
That's
we're over
terrible math I
$200.
did.
Whatever it is, we're over $200 now, right? Now we have a couple little things, and this kind of ties into. So we found like this bin. It's just like a storage bin, and the top was cracked, but it has this little storage spot in here, which I'm going to use to put like some of our like finds in it. These cards are actually found. I found these on the next, like a couple days later. They're from a popular dollar store, and apparently they just throw the cards away. So I might resell these for next year, just because there's a ton of them. I'll just package them in like a nice little deal. But there's so many. There's Christmas cards, Hanukkah cards. We found some birthday cards, like some Hanukkah cards. So this bin that I found in the craft store's dumpster turned out to be very useful for me already. And then I had I need to get a better system for grabbing our stuff. And then here's another thing. It's a ball of yarn.
Why are you examining it?
Because I found a piece of glass on it.
It's not glass.
Oh, it's not glass. It's confetti.
Scared me.
It's not glass. It's confetti. It doesn't smell like a trash either.
I love smelling these
I
things.
want to make sure it doesn't smell like garbage.
That is the first thing you smelled all night, though.
It is.
I'm really
I
surprised.
do smell a lot of things, but I want to make sure it doesn't smell like trash. So anyway, this is like a little ball of yarn. It's really fuzzy. My mom is really good at crocheting. She crochets like so many blankets.
She's working on one right
She's
now?
working on one. I think she's working on 2 because my sister wanted one too.
Oh, okay.
So my mom is crafting 2 blankets, and I will be having her craft me something out of this. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll sell it. Maybe I'll sell it on here, and we'll see if my mom can make her first commissioned blanket out of dumpster trash. And this was in a bag. In a bag.
Well, I don't understand why they threw it out. I mean, it
No
just didn't
idea.
sell. I mean,
You
it's
know
not
what it
a
is?
terrible color.
You know what it is? It doesn't have the wrapper.
Oh, it comes in a wrapper?
It has like a wrapper usually around
Maybe
it.
someone messed with it in the store.
Yeah, if they tore it off. Oh, they tore it off, so now the ball yarn is worthless because,
It's not packaged.
well, is there anything else from? Oh yeah, the same day we had another store. I don't even know what store that came from. It came
Are
from
these all from the same store?
these
These
posters.
things. All these things. Where are these posters from?
Oh, these posters are from some I think it was like a Old Navy or something like that. He jumped in the trash can or the dumpster and couldn't find anything except for these posters, and he just really liked them.
So, these are nice thick paper, and they're high quality posters. But I'm gonna try and get Joy to paint over them, like where people add things, like aliens and stuff in the back. Yes.
I guess.
You ever seen that
if
art?
I can do that and then sell it, yeah,
Exactly.
sure. And the kids can use it, you know. do
3
some-
charging cases.
Yeah.
iPhone 12 and 12 Pro. It's a couple years old, but someone still has it. Someone still needs it.
Yeah, at first he was like, oh yeah, well no one has that anymore. Like, I don't even know. I don't have iPhone. Honestly, I have Android. I have no idea what generation my phone is either. But he's like, yeah, no one has these phones anymore. I was like, yeah, but up until recently, I would always buy years older phones. So all my phones for
Your
most
phone's still like 3 or 4 years old.
Okay, so my phone is 3 or 4 years old. I don't know how far back iPhone 12 is, but I'm sure someone has it. And, you know, I'm going to list this on, you know, either eBay or whatever, and obviously not for an expensive price, because someone might need it, because I always need cases.
Yeah, a couple bucks.
I always need cases for my old phones, and it's hard to find them. So someone might need
And it's
them.
actually a decent case. It's good, the thicker stuff. It's not that super bendy stuff. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's got AirPods. Does it charge the AirPods too?
I don't think so.
I don't know if it... Oh,
I
it
think
does.
just
It says
oh, no,
charge
it
your
does.
AirPods.
It does have a charger thing. So it
Ooh.
charges your AirPods also.
So if you have an iPhone 12 and you need one, hit me
You have
up.
another cord, of course.
Cord. They're throwing out cords like it's...
This one has a donut on it, though. I'm going to get closer to this one. Donut.
Is that... What kind of cord is that?
It's a micro, which it's not very popular, but I still have plenty of things that use it.
Yeah, we're old. He's way older than me.
And chopsticks. I
Chopsticks.
don't know why I threw them away. Again, brand new in the package.
Brand
Maybe
new.
they were hanging it like this and this ripped, and that was it. That was the end of it.
But isn't that crazy? Like, our country is so bent on being perfect that this being ripped
They just
makes
put a
it
piece of tape on
ineligible.
that.
Right? Like, there's nothing... The package is not pierced or anything. These are still usable. I love chopsticks. I like using them for my ramen.
Mm-hmm. It's the
I
best
need
thing ever. What? Pinata.
It's a little broken on the side, but I'm gonna put some tape on it.
This is it? It's nothing.
Nothing.
Beautiful.
I've made pinatas before. I made for my
An indestructible pinata.
I made them too difficult for 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds. So I know how much work goes into making a pinata. Obviously these are mass produced, but still a lot of work goes into them. And how much do these sell for? This was probably like a $30 pinata.
Yeah.
$30.
This is actually a ribbon pull one.
It's a ribbon pull. I mean, you could smash it too. It's either or. It's ribbon
Yeah, I guess.
or. But still, my kids are gonna have a fun time beating this up. You know, so.
Yeah, they will.
But the thing is, it's actually funny. I actually don't think they will beat this up because when we pulled this out of the dumpster, my son was like extremely excited about it.
Yeah, we get home and he sees it and he's like, "Why? What's that?"
And so it's been in his room for the last like couple days. I took it out of his room to make the video, and he's still awake, waiting for me to put it back. He
doesn't want us taking
He does not want us taking it. It has to go back in his room on his shelf because he was extremely excited about this. So this probably won't be smashed for a while. Actually, when I was younger, when I was 10, my parents got me a piñata for my birthday, and I loved it so much I didn't want to use it to smash. so I kept it. I think I just got rid of it a couple years ago.
True.
For my 10th birthday. Yeah.
What was it?
It was just like a ball, and then it had like spice. It was like a actual Mexican piñata,
Oh.
and I loved it. I did not want to use it.
Those are cool. I haven't really seen one of those in real life.
Yeah, I didn't, it stayed in my attic for a long time. It was in my closet. It was, I didn't really do anything. I just really liked it. And my mom. I remember her being a little disheveled because she had to go and get a different piñata. She had to go buy a cheap
At least it didn't happen on the day of the party, did it?
No, I don't think so. But I remember because she had to go and get like this, trying to find like some kind of piñata.
Ugliest piñata Julia won't want to keep.
Exactly. It was like a tiger piñata. I remember. It's fine. Anyway, apparently my son has the same likingness for piñatas, so I don't know. The next store we went to was a big one. Ulta. A lot of people talk about Ulta here on YouTube, and they just disgust me. Ulta disgusts me. So I've talked about how I'm not really into makeup. I'm not really a big makeup person. I put a little bit on so you can kind of see that I have eyes, but like for the most part, like 99% of my day, I don't use makeup. So Ulta is not really what I want to go diving for. However, you gotta stop and take a look and see what they got. And it's just so sad because apparently they make this thing called, it's like soup, where they literally dump all the products out so that dumpster divers and whatever don't go and get it. Which is crazy to me. Like, as an employee, I feel like I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, I don't really...
That's probably the most fun they have all day, honestly.
That's true, but
it's
still...
the only bit of fun they probably
But I
have.
also feel like if they're working, and they, like, don't... I don't know. I've worked for corporate companies, and I honestly, if I was supposed to destroy something, I would be absolutely not. Like, I'd be like, yeah, I destroyed that. And then that's probably why I'd get fired, because I'm like, why am I going to destroy perfectly good items?
That's crazy.
Like, I just can't get over the fact of destroying something.
What was the store we went to and they had all the donuts? What was it?
Donuts?
Oh. The dollar store.
They had what?
All those cakes.
Oh, yeah. We'll get into that in a little... So the dollar store.
Yeah.
So I had gone to the dollar store, like, on my way home, and that was so sad. You took a picture, right? We'll put it in the video here. But
what was it?
They were moon pies.
Moon pies.
They were moon pies, caramel moon pies. Mm-hmm. I guess I have no idea why they
were... must have been 40 boxes.
A lot of boxes. And you know what these places do? Because they don't want people to eat out of the trash. Now, first of all, if someone's eating out of the trash because they need to eat out of the trash, and you're destroying the food, does that make sense? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, someone is so desperate to eat out of the trash, and yet you're destroying the food because you don't want them to have it. Mm-hmm. That just seems like cruel. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if they can't donate it, right? Because they don't want to get sued because the moon pies. Right? Mm-hmm. But now you're taking it a step further and opening every single moon pie, because they came in individually wrapped packages, opening every single moon pie, throwing them into the trash with all the wrappers and stuff. At that point, why not just get a composter, right? Get a little compost bin. Of course, the dollar store's not going to compost, right? Because what do they got to compost? Most of the stuff probably wouldn't break down anyway. But, it's crazy. So Ulta does the same thing. They do the same thing. They've got perfectly good makeup that they just soup away, and they pour it out, and they leave a mess, and whatever. But they threw this cool thing out, it's like a little shopping basket, yeah. It smells heavily like perfume. It's
definitely makeup up.
It's got makeup on it. It smells like perfume. Like, it's...
I'll power wash it.
Yeah, right. Power wash it. But we could use this for when we're dumpster diving.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see us with this little cart in our dumpster videos, it came from Ulta. Maybe it's nice and white, and it's got like a little section here. Maybe we'll put our Trash Monsters logo on there. If you ever see us trash monsters out in the wild,
you can say hi.
Just say hi. For our Sunday diving experience, we had various other little dives here and there. So we're just going to share like a contemplation of like little dives we've done throughout the week. Mm-hmm. The first one, that was like my favorite one, was I went to a big like complex. It was like a marketplace. So they had like bookstores, Kohl's, Five Below's, like all those kind of stores, restaurants and stuff. And I had tried to hit some of their dumpsters. However, when I had pulled behind one of the storefronts, there was a bunch of snowplows and snowplow guys, or I don't know what snowplowers, is that what they call them? Workers, I guess. Whatever. The people who snowplow, which my dad does, so I should know like the proper term for it, but I don't. So I digress. What?
They don't have a proper term.
I don't know, like
drivers or something.
Like a plumber. You don't call. I don't know. I guess you call him a pipe fitter. Is that a pipe fitter?
There's different things in plumbing.
Anyway, so aside from that, I had run into all these snowplow guys, right? When I pulled in, and I was like all nervous. I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this. But then I was like, what's the worst thing that could happen? They tell me to go away. So I ended up going and hitting some dumpsters, and I hit my favorite one so far. It was at a big bookstore chain, and I saw some videos where how much they would throw away too. So I had to go check it out for myself, and it seemed like they hadn't emptied the dumpster since Christmas, because this thing was full. 2 times the size of me in trash. Luckily, they actually recycle, so the perfectly good books and magazines that they do decide to toss do go to the recycling, which to me sounds really crazy. You're going to throw away perfectly good books and magazines. Like books. People spend so much time writing and going through the process of getting these books sent out, and then they're ending up in the trash. They could end up, you could send them to an old folks home, or you could send them to a school.
Library.
Yeah, like, why are they, like, we have so much stuff that perfectly good books are ending up in the trash. This is like the Library of Alexandria, but in modern terms. Like, we're throwing books away. Might as well just burn them and at least give them some kind of dignity, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, their trash is now our treasure, because we have some nice reading material. Found a whole stack of, like, books that my grandmother and my aunts read. So I messaged them. I was like, hey, do you guys want some of these books? And so I'm going to give them some. Unfortunately, it had snowed, so some of them had a little snow on top. Can't really, like, sell them or anything. But they're perfectly good for friends, family. I'm going to drop some off at the senior center that's down the road. This is a Smithsonian, right? So this is a $10 magazine. The Southern Living, which my aunts and my grandmother like, $6.99. How many of these did I get? A bunch.
3.
There's definitely more than 3. There's a bunch more. Earth. This one's my favorite ironic one, because it says Earth Island Journal.
Look at this one. Climate Labor, the fight for a livable future. And I'm over here at Dumpster Dive.
This was in the trash. We can fight for a livable future by not putting this stuff in the trash and actually using the stuff that we make. Maybe this is just a whole video of me just getting angry. Anyway, so we have a bunch of magazines on climate change, ironically. A whole bunch of Southern Living. Now, I understand that these magazines, they have issues. Like, they have December, so there's like a time limit technically. But the doctor's offices use them. You could use them for school projects. Like, kids, I remember back in the day, would cut, like, pictures out, send them to a school, if they're appropriate for a school. Send them to, like, I don't know, wherever.
Anything.
The hospital?
Anything like
Even the hospital.
Besides throw
you know
them
what I
out.
mean? Spin, I don't know what this magazine is. However, it does cost $10. I've got 3 of them, so it's $30 of just this, right? What is this? New Era for Britain? New Humanist. Is a humanist also like a climate? Who's that?
That's I was thinking when I was looking at it, but I'm
Right?
not sure. I didn't look into it.
I don't know what a humanist is, but it kind of sounds kind of important. So, New Humanist, right? $15 book. Got 2 of them, so $30. $30. I don't know how many Southern Living. Say $30,
Like
60,
5 or
90.
6.
My favorite. We got Harry Potter, right? Harry Potter puzzle book. I got 2 out of the trash, so I got one for me and one for my friend Colleen.
These are
Shout out
actually in
to
perfect
my
condition. They could probably be
Mom, Bessie.
sold if we wanted, but these are cool.
They aren't good. Yeah, they had snow on them, so I thought that they weren't gonna dry
They're
well.
probably underneath some of the other ones.
Yeah, but there's like a little bit of marks and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. We're gonna keep them. I mean,
This one was my
the
favorite.
one's the best.
This 80s collection, and it just got movies and shows and all kinds of things from the 80s.
Yeah, hold it up there a little bit longer. It's really a good. It's an awesome book. We had two. We have two of them.
I already stole one of them, put it in the
So
room.
one of them we're keeping. One I'm gonna give to my mom because she's a big she was
Perfect 10 games from the years. I mean, it's just interesting to read through.
You
Bring
gotta
back,
hold it up
bring
there
back memories.
longer. You can't,
What?
Look at this.
You can still frame
Look
it
at
later.
this. But yeah, I mean, Care Bears, right? The kids just started watching Care Bears. They have it on.
It's a show?
It's a show, so well, yeah. So they're watching it on TV now because I have the streaming. But still, like, did you say how much this was?
No.
$21. We have two of them, so $40 and just these. And this was just the top. This was just. I didn't even go that far into the dumpster this time. I think next time I couldn't go by myself. My back kind of hurts a little bit, so I'm kind of nervous that if I go in, I'm not gonna be able to get out. It's easy. It's easier going in because there's like leverage, like there's things to stand on to get in. Once you're in though, there's like nothing to get out. They really should put like some kind
You gotta
of
bring
like,
a little step ladder.
I guess they can't really put like little like
Stairs?
notches because the trash would get. But they should.
People aren't supposed to be going in there.
They shouldn't be throwing away the good stuff. And then this too, I feel like this would have been such a good collector's item, like to like hold on to and then sell in the
people
future.
definitely collect those.
The only thing is, like I said, it got wet, so it's maybe if we get enough followers, they might be interested in this, and we can send it to them just for the novelty of it, right? So if you like Warhammer White Dwarf issue 505 October, we've got a copy for you. But really, I mean, this Warhammer, your uncle plays that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we know people personally who play Warhammer, right? Send this to the library. Send this to a high school. This could go to a high school, 100%.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Like I said, top of the dumpster, not even having to go in. And then this is where I got stopped. I thought someone was gonna like get me in trouble, but this guy was snowplowing with a skid steer, and he stopped and he pulled up next to me, and I was like, oh, okay, like I'll see ya, like bye, like peace. And he actually like turned off his like machine, and he was like, hey, like you find any good stuff? And I went over, and I was like, yeah. I was like, actually, I do find some good stuff. Me and my husband just started a YouTube channel. We gonna start reselling and donating and things like that. And he goes, oh, I've always wanted to try that. We talked for a minute or two, and so it was kind of cool to see someone who's, also interested in dumpster diving. But like I said, like some people just like want to watch it. That's why we're making these videos, because they want to live vicariously through people who are actually going to do it. I understand. I don't smell the trash. Like when we jump in.
Today's the only day.
Really?
Today's the only day. And it was 2 dumpsters
Really?
for some reason. And it was cold out.
Yeah, I don't smell the trash, but I understand some people have like more sensitive noses to that stuff. So, he smelled more. To be fair, you did jump into a pet store dumpster.
And then I realized when
So
I was
there's
in there
probably
looking
poop
around
in
in
it.
the bags, and I'm like, this is all like poopy bedding and stuff from their kennel.
Oh, ew, I didn't realize that. That's disgusting. You washed yourself, right?
Yes.
Oh, God, that's gross. Anyway, so to move on, we're not talking about nasty poop beds. I stopped at a dollar store. I stopped there last minute. It's a newer store, and I almost didn't see the dumpster. Actually, I saw the recycling, dumpster, and it was empty, and I was like, oh, they must have had, like, a trash pickup, like, whatever, and I almost drove away, but then I saw the, like, trash dumpster behind it, like, in a little enclosed spot, and I was like, oh, maybe there's something in there. Thank goodness I stopped, because there was. So those cards that I showed you a little earlier in the video, I'll put a picture up because I took them away, and so we didn't run into them again. But they had at least 100. I at least grabbed 100 of these cards, and like I said, I could not jump in the dumpster, and there was definitely way more stuff in there. So they had 100 of these, various cards, Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever. Found brand new toothpaste.
I opened it.
He opened it. It was sealed. He opened it because he wanted to see what was wrong with it. So it was sealed, brand new toothpaste. Does it go bad?
Probably.
No, yeah, expires June 2027.
Weird.
Alright, so now I got toothpaste. There was this cute little light bulb. It actually, I think, is solar. Yeah, it's a solar light.
It might actually work right.
It's actually cute.
I don't know where you were keeping it.
It was in the dark, so it might not work right now.
It did work when we first had it.
Yeah, but it was in the dark for a while. There was these light bulbs. These little light bulbs, the package was ripped, so I understand he can't sell it as a...
Yeah, someone
But
brought it back.
still, I don't think someone brought it back. I think maybe it just...
Oh.
Maybe it fell out of the package. Some kid probably... My kids try and take things out of the packages all the time. But okay, are the light bulbs bad? No. These light bulbs, you could still plug them into something. Like, oh man, the plastic packaging that cost 10 cents ripped. How dare that? Now these lights are trash. Definitely not trash. Same thing with this. The packaging came off. They're safety clips, right? It's ironic. They were right next to a kinder, like a learning center, like a little toddler learning center. And I keep thinking, I'm like, okay, like you can't sell it, so.
Yeah, just bring them over.
Bring it over.
Can you guys use these?
Like, we're still human. Just because you work for, like, a big corporation, you could still be a human.
You can think for yourself.
You can think for yourself. You can do it. But I do understand you have to follow procedures. But aren't the procedures crazy? Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, we've become so robotic to just do what we're told and throw this stuff away. But then in the same light, we're being told, oh, our planet is failing because you guys are not recycling.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
The exact same light.
The same, yeah. So if you are recycling and you're not throwing trash out out of your window on the side of the highway when you're driving, and you're being, at least conscious enough to, like, you're doing a good job, right? You're not these corporations throwing these perfectly good products away and then telling you that you're the problem. So
and not giving you a bonus while they take $1 million bonuses.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you get a bonus this year? That's another question.
Yeah, right. I know we didn't. This is
My
our
turn?
bonus.
My turn?
Yeah, your turn. What do you got over there?
We're done with the dollar store?
Yeah, we're down at the dollar store. Yeah, so it's your turn.
We got this one today, right?
Yeah, we went out today for a little bit. We didn't get a lot today.
So this is a fancy gate blocker offer.
It's actually very pretty. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's actually it's thick wood.
It's real wood.
It's not like MDF or anything, which you'll actually see because the reason they threw it out is that should be in the video.
It
It's
probably
that chip
is.
right there.
Yeah, so there's a little chip.
But I'll just fill it in with wood putty and get a paint match. It'll be brand new.
Yeah, I mean, even if you painted the whole thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you could
too.
just repaint it. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, it's heavy.
Yeah,
It's real.
it's
It's
actually
legit.
pretty heavy.
And it actually, so we got it from one of those, like, resale stores. They were selling it for, I can't remember, I think it was like $20, right? But originally at the store that it came from, before it went to, like, the resale store, it was $100. $100 gate.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was actually literally just thinking about turning this gate into, like, taking that out, so maybe we'll replace it with that. We have dogs, and our cat sometimes comes in the house. She's in now because it's cold.
You gotta hide the cat food from the dog. Dog eats everything.
The dog eats everything.
He eats the chicken food.
Yeah, every morning he sneaks out. We have 4 chickens, and people are always like, "Oh wow, Larry's getting so fat." There's a reason he's getting fat, because he's a pig.
The kid, he'll grab food right out of the kid's hands.
Yeah.
And he's so sneaky too. Because they're like,
Yep. But what was Luna eating earlier?
cookie.
She was eating a cookie, and Larry goes and he snatches it. He wanted to snatch it out of her hand, and I saw his eyes, and I saw her, and I was like, no. But yeah, so hopefully that gate keeps him from getting to the cat food, at least. Or the cat poop, because that really is also something.
Poop also.
Yeah, we just got
Loves
this
his
really cool
snacks.
cat thing. We did. Speaking of cats, we stopped at the pet store, and we've heard that they throw out perfectly good dog food, which we found, and it was perfectly good, but they slashed it so that people couldn't dumpster dive for it. But we did find this thing. Don't scratch it. It's probably not sound too good. Sorry, he's a little...
Cat, dog, squirrel, rabbit, carrier.
Yeah, stop scratching on the table.
So,
I don't...
it was separated, like non-built in the trash. So I grabbed what I thought all the parts was, and it didn't have the bolts, or maybe that's why they got rid of it. But we got zip ties for now. Otherwise, I'll just go to the store and get a couple bolts. It's gonna be like $2.
Yeah, I looked it up on Amazon. You can buy replacement bolts for $5.
Oh.
So $5. So it cost us $5 for this. It's brand new. Like it's not been used. It doesn't have any stains or anything. Yeah. It's brand new. So everything works other than the fact that it doesn't have the bolts. Like we said, replacement bolts, order them offline. Bam. Perfect. We could donate it to, the Trap Neuter Release or one of those places. So, yeah. or the Humane Society. Mm-hmm. So, like, why don't they do that? Like, they don't have to order the parts, right? I understand these corporations, okay, like, they don't want to fix it. They don't want to order the parts, whatever. Okay, donate it to the thrift store because someone might find it and say, hey, I see that the parts are missing. I'll buy this for $1 or $2. I'll order the parts for $5, and then they have a crate that's not in the landfill. You know how long this would probably take to decompose?
A long time.
1,000 years. A whole long time, right?
More than 1,000.
But yeah, and what's crazy is that, so these are the stores, and actually I give these stores a lot more credit than some of these other retailers, right? Because these stores have dumpsters, and yeah, they're throwing stuff in the dumpsters, and it's ending up in the landfill. That sucks, right? But it gives some people an opportunity to retrieve them out of the trash, right? Like us. We were able to save it. We were able to keep it out of the landfill. We're able to either donate it or sell it or give it to someone who might need it, right? These things, we'll give it to our family and friends. And, but some of these corporations, these big ones, like Target, they have trash compactors. Mm-hmm. So I know that they do donate a lot of stuff to, I think they started donating stuff, and I know they resell a lot of stuff to like Marshalls, TJ Maxx and stuff. But a lot of these big brand name corporations have trash compactors. So they just throw everything that we like find in the trash. They'll just throw that in a compactor. Mm-hmm. And they compact it so people...
And not only that, if they catch you going through their dumpsters, they'll trespass you.
They'll prosecute you.
Yeah.
They'll prosecute you. Which, they have the right to do that because technically it is private property. Mm-hmm. And they'll put up signs. There's signs, so it's like a controversial thing. Like some people like won't trespass. Like they won't go on the property if there's like a no trespassing sign. But they will go on the property if it's just a like, your no dumping sign, or if it's a no camera sign. I haven't really noticed the signs. Like
I've seen a couple 24-hour surveillance.
Yeah, surveillance.
There's never even really a camera there.
Yeah.
Like, I know they're like tiny and small now, but these are 80-year-old buildings. I mean, they're not new multi-shopping complexes. They're old buildings. They don't have new cameras.
Yeah, and I don't really care that I'm on camera because, like I said, people do it all the time, and I don't think they really care. No. Someone definitely wants to get Employee of the Month, and then they would like care because they were going to be, I'm going to get those trashers, and but for the most part, like, we're not doing any harm, and if anything, we clean up the trash that's around the dumpster, yes. And we throw it back in because...
Which we have to do, like, every time.
Every time, and because it snowed, we haven't been able...
He might be sleeping. He's sleeping.
Is he?
He's dreaming.
Our dog is sleep barking. He actually doesn't bark, ever. Except for... Oh, and the other thing, too, is I got so excited to go show this to my neighbors. Like, this hole. So, he was over our neighbor's house, hanging out with them. And I come home. I was on, like, a high. I'm going to tell you, dumpster diving, I've never been addicted to anything, thankfully. I took the DARE program pretty seriously. I was like their top student over there at DARE. I didn't really do any kind of drugs or anything like that. So I don't really know exactly what that kind of addiction's like. I know it's like a hard thing. However, I can tell you that this is addicting. Dumpster diving is a very addicting. I'm like, every time now I go out, I'm like, okay, when can I get my next dumpster fix? Like, it's like a real problem. But, it's like not a bad problem.
No.
But it's weird because obviously it could be a problem. I mean, it could be because you could be a hoarder
on the TV.
Yeah, you could. I could easily see how someone could, like, if someone has, it's an addiction. Like anyone could be addicted to anything, right? But like I can see how it's an addiction. Yeah. it's a lot of fun. And so I was like off a high coming out of the bookstore, and I had to show my neighbors. I like run over. I'm like, look at these new.
This comes in with a stack of magazines.
I'm very grateful for them because they probably think I'm a nutball, but they're always very nice to me. So.
But speaking of neighbors, they were telling me about this app. It's called Too Good to Go, and you open it up on your phone, and it'll show local pizza restaurants or whatever that at the end of the night they're doing deals on their food, like less than half price and stuff like that. Bagel places do it in the morning. So again, check that out. Save some money. Don't let some food go to waste. And have these conversations with your family and friends about like how you can do things like this. Go dumpster diving. Go to a thrift store. Figure out a way to be better.
Well, and not just better. I mean, it is nice to get new things. I don't discontinue
We
that.
don't need everything.
But
though.
there's a lot of new things at the thrift store, and like you said, like this, the app we'll link it or we'll put a picture or whatever so you can see. We're not sponsored by them.
We're not sponsored.
But it's good to know that there's these options out there because things are so expensive. Like we literally he has a decent job, and it's just we're still living paycheck to paycheck. It's like and sometimes even less than paycheck to paycheck. It's like a lot. So anywhere where we can save money or we can make money or we don't eat out very often. We had some gift cards we got for Christmas and we just ate out for the first time probably in over a month.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, we go to coffee shops like once every other week. We take the kids to a coffee shop. They love it. It's like our family little tradition, right? But other than that, like we don't go out to dinner. No. More because of the money. Our kids are actually pretty good. So
it's crazy expensive throughout the day.
It is. And so I have one last thing I want to show you guys because this was actually a really good find and we randomly came across it. We weren't going to stop at these last dumpsters, but we ended up stopping at one of the, fast fashion places that is around, and they're pretty expensive clothing. And this item that I found, well, we both found it, he retrieved it, I'll put it for you, is this coat. It's one of those like knee-length coats. I'll put a picture of me in it, right? It's my size, it's a large, right? It's perfect condition, except for, I can't say perfect condition, that's wrong. It has a rip. It has a tiny little rip here. I'm a seamstress, I know how to sew. See, that's the thing too, luckily we're like handy. So he's really good at fixing things and I'm really good at, crafty things. So we're a good team. But this knee-length coat, in nice condition. I looked it up. It's brand new. I looked up the price, and it's between $100 and like $150 coat. So.
And you needed a coat.
Yeah, I needed a coat, but however, I lost my Carhartt. How do I lose a big Carhartt? No idea. And then I was like, well, I need a coat. It's 20 degrees out. I go to Target and I get myself a brand new coat. Right, $60 later, and then a week or two later, I go into the dumpster and I find a brand new $150 coat that's actually way warmer than the one I bought. Anyway, I think that's all we have for today. I know there was a lot of anger coming from me about the consumerism problem that we have going on. I more so am just trying to get out to the world that there is so much waste. And yes, it's so much fun watching these dumpster videos and seeing people climbing the dumpsters and, seeing their hauls. It's great. Like, it's awesome. It's super cool to watch. However, on the reality side, it's like, wait a minute, like, there's that much in the dumpster. And you've got very few people who are going in the dumpster to retrieve it. So that means the amount of waste is well surpassing the amount that's coming out. So give that a little bit of thought. Let me know what you think. Let me know what stores you think we should hit up, and we'll see you next video, right?
Yeah.